welcome back. Joining us on the program now is ACReSAL's project coordinator in Gombe State, Mr. Sani Jauro. Good afternoon and welcome to the program.
Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. ACReSAL, by the way, is the Agro-Climate Resilience and Semi-Arid Landscapes project. So, Mr. Jauro, as we start off, it will be instructive to know, first of all, the impact of the massive tree planting campaign of the Gombe State government on the 400,000, we believe, communities in Gombe State that had been hitherto impacted by gully erosion.
Thank you very much. Once again, thank you for having me on this very important platform. Gombe State, under the leadership of His Excellency Muhammadu Inuwa, have done a lot in the area of environmental restoration. Immediately after he was sworn in as the governor of Gombe State in 2019, one of the projects he put as a priority after assuming the leadership of the state was the launching of Gombe Goes Green, a flagship project that intend to plant rigorously trees across the state by way of establishing woodlot plantation, shelter belt, roadside plantation across the 11 LGS of the state. So His Excellency, under that particular project, he has done a lot in that regard by way of seeing how he can resuscitate a lot of investment that are known to be in abundance in Gombe State. Historically, Gombe is known to be housing the famous Kanao forest. This is a forest reserve of northern Nigeria and a lot of other gazetted forest reserves numbering more than 30. But because of poor environmental management and the activities of people that are engaging in firewood business, many of those gazetted forest reserves are now history. So through this particular kind of effort with the support of our project, His Excellency have so far in the 4 years of the first tenure of his administration succeeded in reclaiming a lot of areas that were degraded as a result of the activities of cutting down of trees indiscriminately. So with the coming of ACReSAL project, Agro-Climatic Resilience in Semi-Arid Landscapes, which is a World Bank donor-supported project that is being implemented across the 19 northern Nigerian states and the FCT, His Excellency, whom the World Bank is being referred to as Green Governor, is supporting the project in all ramification. That was why the World Bank, in their own wisdom, granted approval for us as a state under ACReSAL to plant not less than 1,500 hectares of land in the first year of the project, keeping very, very this covenant in mind that we want to see how we can support the federal government initiative of reclaiming 4 million hectares. So ACReSAL as a project have taken upon itself to reclaim 1 million hectares of land out of what the federal government of Nigeria have committed. And His Excellency Muhammadu Inuwa also promised to be planting trees that are not less than 1 million per annum. So we have been given a lot of areas to do a lot of green investment, part of which are areas that are protected schools, those reserves, institutional planting, and so on and so forth. So we have engaged traditional institutions at the instance of the governor, religious leaders, other opinion leaders, and they have supported the campaign. We have been receiving a lot of requests of different varieties of seedlings. Some are fruit-bearing, some are for shade, some are like windbreakers. So glory be to Almighty, we have so far done a lot in that regard. We have established mini woodlot plantation, and we are ever ready now to move to the next level of project implementation, part of which is the engagement we start to have following the successful partnership that we have entered with the State Ministry of Education to see how we can revive young foresters clubs across the secondary school of the state so that we can catch them young and make them tree planting ambassadors, with the promise by the governor to see how we can make it part of the school curriculum so that we continue to see how we can have advocates. For example, the recent activities that we had at GGMC Gombe, together with the wife of the state governor and other.
Yes, indeed, quite an expansive program, and it appears that it has covered a lot of areas. I needed to know if it had reduced, the impact on communities that had been hitherto ravaged by gully erosion, and if indeed those communities have been redeemed to the extent that the people who lost homes are returning. But we must wrap up the conversation at this point, and thank you very much for your time and contribution on the program, with the hope that we will have time in the future, in the near future, to continue this conversation. Mr. Sani Jauro is the program coordinator, project coordinator for ACReSAL in Gombe State. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much, and you're welcome.
More stories now. The Yobe State government